Welcome to NFL Monopoly 2. Today, the NFC East will be competing on this mini Monopoly board shown here to see who has the most money at the end of 15 turns. I made some adjustments compared to last time. We had 8 teams in episode 1, now we're down to 4. I felt like it was a little too chaotic. Teams can now mortgage their property to prevent an early bankruptcy. And I also changed the challenges up a little bit alongside the money distribution. I'm not going to sit here and describe how Monopoly works. If you didn't grow up playing this game as a kid, boy do I feel bad for you. There's no board game I'd rather play if I really wanted to scream at somebody for 3.5 hours other than this one. So instead, I'm gonna make myself scream by watching 4 teams simulate themselves on a Monopoly board. Let's see who gets the most money. We're gonna start by rolling a die for order. We'll start with the Eagles because they're the NFC champions. They will get a... okay, that doesn't help. Now for the Dallas Cowboys, which hopefully they get better than a 1. They do, they get the best that's possible. Now we're going to the Giants. They probably aren't going first, but they're probably not going last. Okay, maybe they will go last. We'll do the tiebreaker roll in just a second, but now for the Commanders, they will get a 4, so they're guaranteed to go second. Okay, back to the Eagles. Maybe they can get better than a 1, in which this case they don't. Okay, good for them. And the New York Giants just got to beat that if they want to go third in the order, which they will. Okay, if I'm doing it correctly off the top of my head, the order should be Cowboys, Commanders, Eagles, Giants, which means we'll obviously start with the Dallas Cowboys. For the first roll of today on turn number 1, I'll go 1 spot. There must be some glue on the bottom of this die that's only getting these teams 1. I'm also doing something new. I'm going to do a yes or no wheel with a higher chance of yes. For if a team wants to buy a property, yes, the Cowboys will buy this property. Cowboys down to 1450. They just purchased the first Brady Boulevard. Now for the Commanders, and they'll get a 5. They're going to land on the second Purdy Lane, and it looks like they won't be buying it. Okay. New York Giants get a 2. Let's see if they'll be buying the second Brady Boulevard. They won't as well. And the Philadelphia Eagles will get a 4. So will they be purchasing? They will not as well. Wow, 3 no's in a row. So this will bring us to our first challenge. Challenges are a little bit different now. They're going to give you $300. So let's start with challenge number 1, and it's going to be most passing touchdowns in a season. Alright, this challenge is pretty simple. I don't care who's the starting quarterback after the end of the season simulation. Apparently the Eagles went 8-9. For all I know, Jalen Hurts tore his ACL and Nick Foles took over. I don't really care. I don't even know if I explained this good enough, but the winning team, the challenge, gets $300 and the losing teams all lose $100. Alright, moment of truth, going to the NFC East. First place, Jacoby Brissett. Am I seeing that right? So yes, Jacoby Brissett and the Washington Commanders got first. I don't even know if he's going to be starting there next year. Probably won't, but who cares? Dak Prescott got second, and Daniel Jones, and then Jalen Hurts, only 27. Well, congratulations, Commanders. That might be the only challenge you win this video. Well, we're going into turn 2. The Commanders have a $400 lead right now. Okay, back to Dallas, and they'll get a 1. Cowboys will be on the Giants spot, but they didn't purchase it, so they're chilling. Commanders currently in the lead in money and on the board, and they're going to move up 3 spaces. They'll make their way to Waddle Way, and they will be purchasing it. Going to cost them $150, so that's going to put them down to $16.50. New York Giants roll a 1. Oh my goodness. Something about 1s in this wheel, but they will get the first chance today. So the first chance on the chance wheel will be giving the Giants +5 to Saquon Barkley. That's going to move Saquon Barkley up to a 98 overall. And now for the Philadelphia Eagles, they'll get a 3. This is to see if they purchase the other Waddle Way. They will not. I'm surprised how many times that wheel, which has a 66% chance of saying yes, has said no. That's not a bad thing. Teams are saving money. We're going to challenge 2, which will be a 4-team tournament. Okay, well, simple enough. Here's the 4-team bracket. It's just based off the NFC East standings from last year. Eagles will play the Commanders, Cowboys play the Giants. Let's go. Hey man, put some respect in the Commanders' name. They're actually making some headlines here in this video already. But that would be nothing to write home to mom about if they end up choking this away. It's currently 2nd and 7, and a first down would do it. We have the 2-minute warning up next. No, they're gonna run a play. Interesting. Well, they're going to be... ooh, hold up. Did he get tackled into it? Oh, my goodness. Sell of the century. Another handoff. It's going to be 3rd and short. 3rd and 3. It's a pitch backwards. Can the Eagles stop him here? Nope. When it comes to making money, the Commanders are not playing any games, which is kind of ironic because their billionaire owner will not spend a fraction of his money to fix the sewage problem in his own stadium. Anyways, it's a 1-point game here in Dallas. Currently, the Giants are trying to sell. Remember, this is updated roster, so they have Darren Waller, and remember, Saquon Barkley's now 98 overall. We have a jump ball here. Oh, what a catch. We're now in Cowboys territory to 36. For whatever reason in this, Saquon Barkley changed his number to 31. That probably signifies how much ligaments he's going to tear in his leg this year. Look at this, a slant catch and another first down for the Giants. Cowboys can only hope that Danny Dimes fumbles the football somehow, but here we have Darren Waller getting into a 3rd and 3. Well, it's 3rd 3rd down and 3. Giants have successfully burned all 3 Cowboys timeouts, and 98 overall. Saquon Barkley can't get 3 yards. It shouldn't matter too much though, because Graham Gano should bring the Giants to a lead here with about 30 seconds left. And sure enough, he does just that. It'll be 46-45. Just kidding, it's 47 points. My brain can't comprehend the Giants scoring this many points in one game, so I do the math wrong. Anyways, Dak Prescott got to go upfield with this one, and that's about to pick up 8. Wisely enough, Michael Gallup is over here celebrating in the sideline as he was tackled in bounds, and that's probably going to put it into this one. One last play. Let's see if the Dallas Cowboys can create something better than they can in real life. You know what, surprisingly, they will, but it's not going to do anything. Looks like the Giants are in some jeopardy of losing some more money, which sucks because they've already wasted about $90 million on that guy right there. But we'll start with the completion of Deansworld, which now puts us in double digits. Danny Dimes wants to run for it. Instead, he's going to do a 5-yard pass to Saquon Barkley. This is basically how the Giants play in real life. They end up burning one of their timeouts, so they're now down to 1 timeout. Danny Dimes, oh my goodness, you could have made a name for yourself. It's a 4th down and 3. Are the Giants running the football here with Saquon Barkley? Again, he chokes really bad. I might have accidentally subtracted 5 overall instead. I'm sorry, Giants fans. Well, so now you get to watch the Washington Commanders do the Super Bowl celebration, considering they just won back-to-back challenges and $300. Well, somehow the Commanders have a $650 lead right now. Don't ask any questions. So we'll kick off turn 3 with our spin for Dallas. They'll get the almighty 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness, that hurts. So since the Cowboys just land on the Commanders' property, they're now going to lose $200. It's going to put them at $10.50. And of course, guess who's getting that money? The Commanders. The rich get richer, apparently. And now it's the Commanders' turn, sitting at $2,150. They'll move 6. We have a new territory. Will the Commanders be purchasing Moss Gardens? It'd be a good purchase. Yes, they will. So they'll be back down to $18.50. Giants up next. They'll get a 4. They'll be landing on the first Waddle Way. And since the Eagles didn't buy it last time, will the Giants? Yes. And finally, the Eagles will move 2, which will put them on the railways, which is really expensive. So let's just see if they end up buying it or not. It's going to burn up $500 if it's a yes. Sure enough, it is. Hey, you never know. That could be a good investment later on. In which our Challenge 3 spin is going to land on highest margin of victory. Pretty simple. I'm going to face them up against the Texans. Whoever scores the most points and wins by the highest margin of victory wins this challenge. -28. Okay, I think the Commanders' fun is finally coming to an end. Hey, who knows? 28-3? Who knows what could happen from there? Yeah, what am I kidding? This is way over. It didn't end up as bad as I thought. Only -15, but I'm sure that's going to be beaten. It would be really embarrassing if no one ends up beating them at all. They have a 4-point lead right now. Okay, make it 21-10. This is looking good. This is what you need. You need to score some more points. Sadly, the Texans scored a last-minute garbage time touchdown, so it looks like the Giants will only up by 8 here. Yes, their margin of victory is 8 points. Let's see if the Cowboys and Eagles can beat that. And they got it back up to 10, and they're starting to pull away this one. Good. They ended up winning by 17 points, so now it's just up to the Eagles to see if they can beat that. 28-7. That's what we need right now, Eagles. 18-point lead right now on the dot. Make it 25. Texans make it a little bit better, but I think the Eagles might get this. I think they got it. Well, of course, the Eagles won by 18 points on the dot, if I'm not wrong. The Eagles win this challenge. So not much movement on the leaderboard. If the Cowboys' money was V-Bucks, they'd have just enough to buy the Fortnite Battle Pass. And we'll continue with our spins. Dallas gets a 3. Gonna put them on Joe Shiesty Street. Let's see if they purchase it. And they will not. Okay. The Commanders right now, who are killing it, they will get 3. And they'll be on Canton Square, which they will be buying for $300. Gonna put them down to $14.50. Giants will land on a 2. And sure enough, we were just talking about this. Was this a good investment? I think so, because they're going to owe $600 to the Eagles. And just like that, the Eagles are in the lead with $1,700. The Giants will drop down to $450. That worked out pretty well for the Eagles. Now they get the spin, and they'll get a 1. And it looks like they'll be making their first purchase. I lied, it's actually their second. It's going to cost them $200. So now it's time for challenge number 4, and it's going to be highest passing yard game. Through 4 in this game. Currently, it's tied in overtime right now. And looks like the Texans blew the lead 5 times. Okay, good for them. But what matters is this number right here, 450. Ooh, that's going to be tough to beat. Somehow, though, he didn't throw a single passing touchdown, but I think at this point, everyone else is competing for second place, which means absolutely nothing because there's no prize for second. And the Washington Commanders are up next. Jacoby Brissett, yeah, doesn't get it. He gets 332. I really doubt Dak Prescott came any close to that number. Ooh, actually, no, he was pretty close. 416, but I'm sorry, that is still not enough. And let's see if Mr. Dimes comes close. They did put up around 34 points. Not quite. Alright, going to turn 5, this is what we're looking like. Dallas will roll a 1. It's going to put them on free parking, but it's going to do nothing for the moment. Commanders up next, they'll get a 5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They made it to the last vacant property, and that is Lombardi Avenue. Will they be purchasing it? Yes, they will. New York Giants will get a 3, which will also put them on free parking. Again, it's not going to do anything right now. And the Philadelphia Eagles will get a 5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a chance wheel. Could be good. In this case, it is going to steal $500 from a separate team. So I just made this new wheel. The 3 other teams, whatever it lands on, they're going to lose $500. This could put a team in bankruptcy. The Commanders, they can afford it, but that's still going to hurt. So the Commanders will lose 500. It's going to put them at 450. And the Eagles will gain 500 from it, so they'll be at 2,300. And that could change a lot depending on what the challenge is given. Here, it's going to be the Hail Mary challenge. This is a fun one. Okay, so as you can see, I took the #1 receiver from all 4 NFC East teams and threw him on the Chiefs. So you can see Terry McLaurin from the Commanders, A.J. Brown from the Eagles, CeeDee Lamb from the Cowboys, and Sterling Shepard from the Giants. I'm going to put them into a practice mode game, and I'm going to throw them a Hail Mary where all 4 of them are going to go into one big group. Whoever comes out with the football will win the challenge for their team. Okay, for whatever reason, I cannot get a 4 wide receiver play call on a Hail Mary. So we're just going to pretend like Otten right here is the Giants wide receiver, but I'll be clicking A every time I'm going to throw it. All right, here we go. So I'm just going to tap A once right about now, and we'll see who comes down with it. Nobody. All right, let's try that again. We're going to click A for Otten. He's currently the Giants receiver. This will be right at the goal line, and who's got it? Who's got it? I don't know who that is. Let's see. This angle is brought to you by Instant Replay from the field goal. Let's see who's going to get this one. It definitely was not the white tight end. Ooh. It was... This looks to be A.J. Brown with the Eagles. The Eagles will win another challenge. Dallas Cowboys get a 5. That might be the first land on today of a different properties. The Cowboys be down to 400. Speaking of the Commanders, they'll get a 6. 6, new territory. And they will buy it. New York Giants get a 3. They'll be getting a chance wheel spin. And it will give them $300. Okay. Finally, the Eagles, who are kind of comfortable right now. Nothing will really affect them that much. They get a 1. So let's see if they buy this property. They will, and they'll drop 300 to be at 2,300. On to challenge number 6. The Eagles are sitting pretty right now. It's going to be a horse race. Okay. You gotta love when I use pure RNG for my videos to see who wins challenges. That's exactly what we'll be doing here. It's a horse race, ladies and gentlemen. So far, the Giants in the lead right now. Cowboys are falling apart early, which is ironic considering Cowboys ride horses for a living. Giants are pulling up. Now the Commanders on top are making a surge with 5 seconds on the white horse. Usually the white horses are not the fastest. Look at the Cowboys now pulling away with it. It's unfair. They ride horses for a living. Well, the Cowboys will win this challenge. They were made for this. They're gonna get $300. Cowboys in a little bit of luck. Let's see what you'll roll. A 4. Ooh, okay. They have just enough money to buy this second Roger Railway. Let's see if they do so. This could drain their bank account. It will. Hopefully it's worth it. The Washington Commanders get 1. They have a chance to get the first Monopoly today. Let's just see if they're going to pass on it or not. They're going to pass on it. Okay. A 6 for the Giants. Sure enough, it came in use. Oh, and this is going to put them to bankruptcy. Okay, so it's going to cost them $600. Obviously, they don't have it. It's going to put them down to negative 150. But they do have 1 property to their name, which they're going to sell. I didn't really clarify this, but I'm going to have no change of value for when selling properties. I'm going to make it just as they bought it. So in this case, it worked out for the best favor of the Giants. They bought Waterway for 150. They are down 150. I'm going to say they're at 0. And what this also means now is that they have to win the next challenge or they're out. So continuing with the Philadelphia Eagles, they get a 1. They're going to be paying the Commanders some money. Pretty important challenge. This could be the first one where a team is knocked off from the game. The Giants will need to win this. The Akinator challenge. This is a funny one too. I'm sure you've heard of this before. Akinator basically is an internet genie who knows every single person you are thinking about just by asking some questions. Today it'll be incorporated by making him guess the starting quarterback. Whatever quarterback it takes him the longest to guess will win the challenge. We're going to make him start by guessing Jalen Hurts because the Eagles are in the lead. Okay, so does your character really exist? Yes, he does. Is your character a boy? Probably. He plays American football. Is your character from YouTube? No, not to be confused with me. Look at this. I mean, just look how smart he is. Question 4, and he's already figuring out the memo here. He sure enough has the number on his shirt. There you have it. Question 12, he's already asking for Philly. He's not retired. That's another question. It took him 13 questions They guessed Jalen Hurts. So now we're going ahead and do the Commanders. I don't know how long it's going to take him to guess this certain quarterback. Already off to a bad start. This character is not a girl. Like any other human in the world, yes, he has legs. Unless he was amputated like last night without me knowing. Yes, he is real. And question 5, we're asking that same question. He's not a soccer player. Does your character wear a red outfit? Yes, he actually does. Commander Red. Does your character wear a ghost costume? Has Jacoby played the Super Bowl? Probably not. He thinks Troy Smith. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to say the Akinator just couldn't get it. Because of that, the Commanders are in the lead. All right, now we're doing the Cowboys. We know who their starting quarterback is. Is he a girl? Probably not. Does he have legs? I believe so. Yes, he's real. Yes, he's a quarterback. He's not white, but one of his parents probably is. He's not associated with Philadelphia. He's actually the complete opposite. What? Are you telling me Dak Prescott's in a cult or something? Does your character use a smartphone like every human being? Yes. Does your character wear a star? That's the perfect question. That's a yes. You're thinking of Dak Prescott. That's correct. It took you 19 questions. We know what quarterback we're talking about. I'm not going to say his name because it curses it. Yes, he has legs. Is your character real? Okay. He has a number on his shirt. No, he doesn't play soccer. No, he doesn't play basketball. Yes, he plays football. Does your character have a white skin? Yes, that narrows it down. Linked with the color orange? No, we're not talking about Trevor Lawrence. Is he linked with the color blue? Wow, that hurts. That is a dagger. Is your character linked with red and blue? It's getting even worse. Is your character related to Buffalo? No, it's not Josh Allen, actually. Is your character linked with New York on question 19? I think he's got this in the bag. Is your character retired? No, he's not. Does your character play for the New York Giants? Come on, you're just edging on the Giants at this point. Daniel Jones, there you have it. It took 20 questions, I believe. The Giants could not win and therefore are eliminated. Well, that challenge means that the Giants are in the red and they don't have any properties to sell, which means they have hit bankruptcy. So the Giants are unfortunately eliminated. Obviously, it's going to be harder to guess Jacoby Brissett compared to Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts. So that challenge is kind of rigged, but I seem to do that a lot. So back to the Dallas Cowboys. They get a 6. They get the pass go, which adds $200. And they also get a chance on top of this. Now, they can go bankrupt of this. It is going to... Okay, that doesn't punish them that much. Just going back to start. Only going to move them back 3 spaces. Not a big deal. Commanders will get a 1. And that's going to be the first time that jail is mentioned today. They're just going to be visiting. I'm surprised no one's been in jail yet. And obviously, the Giants are eliminated, so the Eagles go next. They'll get a 1. And I literally just spoke it into existence. Guess who's going to jail tonight? Okay, so how this works is that the Eagles will have to sit out this next challenge. And if they roll an even number, they get the get out for free. But if they roll an odd number, they have to pay the fee of $300. So we only have 2 teams competing in this next challenge. It's the Commanders versus the Cowboys. It's going to be a simple challenge. Who gets the most yards in a season? Okay, I simulated another season. I would be really surprised if the Commanders actually have more offensive yards than the Cowboys. So far, they're 17th. So let's see if the Cowboys are higher than that. Oh, sure enough, they're 4th, yet the Cowboys win. Well, it looks like the Cowboys are getting back in this game now. But we need to get the Eagles out of jail. Remember, if they roll an even number, they get out free of charge. If not, they got to pay the fee, $300. They're going to roll 5. That's odd. They'll move up 5 spots and then pay $300 as well. See, they can actually get the first Monopoly today if it lands on a yes. So let's see if it just does that. Yes, it does. The Eagles will buy out Joe Shiesty Street. Okay, other than that, the Cowboys and Commanders still got to go. So Cowboys roll a 1. And nothing crazy, just lands them on their own property. And the Commanders roll a 4. You know, matter of fact, we were literally just talking about this because 1, 2, 3, 4, it puts them on the Eagles' Monopoly. I have to change how much it lands on. It's going to be double it now. And it's going to cost 500 Commanders, which is going to put them at 550. All right, Eagles don't get a turn because they're in jail. We're going to challenge number 9, which is going to land on fastest turnover caused. Okay, this is a good one. All right, so we're going to see how fast a team can cause a turnover. Yes, punts will count if they can't get it. Eagles can cause a 3 and out here, and it'd be 3 for them. So let's just see. Can Eagles get a 3 and out, which would be really good and hard to beat. And Davis Mills finally gets rid of the football. Oh, he throws an interception on 3rd down and 10. Literally the 3rd play of the game. Of course, Darius Slay comes up with it. It only took the Eagles 24 seconds to get a turnover. So that is what the Commanders and Cowboys have to beat. I probably worded it a little bit weird, but the tiebreaker is the amount of time on the clock. The real challenge is getting it in the amount of plays. So let's just see if they can cause a turnover soon. All right, and it's already impossible. Let's just see if they can get it here, though. Surely enough, they get the interception on 3rd down and 5. But time on the clock is longer than it was for the Eagles, so the Eagles are still in the lead. Maybe the Commanders can do it. Who knows? Basically, they have to force a turnover on this play right here if they want to beat the Eagles because the clock is already lower. It is a pass. Maybe he throws a pick. Nope, he throws out of bounds. With only 6 challenges left, it's going to be tough to catch up the Eagles, but you never know. There's a lot of properties owned by the Commanders. They still have a chance. As for the Cowboys, they got a little bit of work to do, and they'll get a 4. 4, will they purchase? Seems to me they've been landing on no all day, and again, they land on no. I don't really know if it's a bad thing or not, because they save money late in the game. Now to the Commanders, they get a 2. Oh, 1, 2. They go on free parking, but it means nothing. And for the Philadelphia Eagles, which you get a 2 as well. But it's going to move them over to a vacant property, which they have to purchase or not. It's going to be Moss Gardens, and they won't be purchasing. That's going to save some money. And once again, we only have 6 challenges left, and we get best record. Okay, whoever has the best record at the end of a season, that's it. Well, simple enough. We're just going to take a look at the standings in NFC East. I would not be surprised if like the Giants end up winning it or not. Oh, look, the Cowboys. They got first 11-6. Commanders and Eagles, doesn't matter. Giants got last, of course. So just like that, it's only about a $600 difference between first place. Cowboys are back in it. And they'll be rolling first, which they get a 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, they got to pay some money. Commanders and Cowboys have been neck and neck this whole time. Now the Commanders get a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, they got to pay the Eagles. That's going to give them a good lead. Maybe the Eagles will lose some more money, though. Who knows? They're going to get a 4. They will. They're actually just going to give that right back. So not much difference. Now we'll have another challenge. We're down to 5, and they're all quick challenges, so this could be over quick. Win division. This is literally what we basically just did. Watch the Giants mess around and win division. Are you kidding me? I swear to Madden God, if the Giants have won the division, are you kidding me? I can't keep doing. I don't want to keep on doing this, man. This is the 3rd season I simulated. Please, someone else with the Giants. Yes. The one time I am happy the Cowboys have won the NFC East, it's now. Thank the Lord. The gap is getting smaller now. It's only about $400 difference between the Cowboys and the Eagles. Cowboys roll a 6, 5, 6, and that doesn't help. Speaking of the Commanders, they get a 2. So 1, 2. Oh, that hurts. They're going to jail. The Philadelphia Eagles get a 1. Does that also put them in jail? Yes, it does. Okay, so, I mean, how am I supposed to do this? We only have 1 team competing in the next challenge. Does that mean they automatically win? I'm just going to avoid the challenge, so I'm going to roll for them to get out of prison. Remember, if it's even number, they don't have to pay. We'll start with the Commanders. The Commanders will be landing on a 1. They'll have to pay the $300, and they'll move up 1 spot. So now there's a Monopoly on Waddle Way. It's going to cost $400 if someone lands on it. For the Eagles to get out of jail, they will roll an odd number, a 3. So now we're just going to roll for the Dallas Cowboys, and then we'll do a challenge. The Cowboys will get a 3. So 1, 2, 3, and they're going to pay the Commanders. Cowboys will be down to 300. It's still anybody's game. Let's see what our next challenge is. 4 more to do. It's going to be first to win a Super Bowl. All right, well, obviously what we came here for, starting in 2022, which is actually just the Chiefs. The Bengals won. 23, the Bills finally got their first Super Bowl. 24, the Bears. Wow, must have been Justin Fields. Yeah. 25, the Rams beat the Bills. Still no. Oh, there we go. The Washington Commanders beat the Jets 19-13. And what is that? Super Bowl 61? Just because I'm curious that I didn't do the simulating for nothing. 27 was won by the Giants. Okay, well, they're out of it, though. 28. Ooh, okay, the Patriots won a high-scoring game. Giants made it 3 Super Bowls, and they won this one. Now the Panthers, 2031. The Eagles made it, but they lost. 2032, repeat Super Bowl, but the Chiefs won that time. Jaguars won a Super Bowl. Niners won a Super Bowl. Okay, well, the Commanders win this challenge. So with that challenge, we went the Commanders. They're the first to win Super Bowl. They take the lead. They're up $100. Cowboys are in last place with only 200. Let's see if they can dig their way out of this trench. They get a 1. And surely enough, they're going to jail. That doesn't help. Washington Commanders are up next. They'll get a 5. 5, that's pretty lucky. They're going to dodge all 3 Eagles properties. And now Philadelphia will roll a 1. They'll just land their territory. Nothing else here happens. And we're getting the AI script challenge. All right, so the Cowboys are in jail, so it's between the Commanders and the Eagles. So since we only have 2 teams, I'm basically going to ask ChatGPT to so-called simulate a game between the Commanders and Eagles, and let's just see who wins. All right, let's go. Once upon a time, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders met in a football field for a highly anticipated matchup. The game started with a kickoff from the Eagles. The Commanders caught the ball and began their offensive drive. They made steady progress down the field, but the Eagles' defense was strong, and they managed to keep the Commanders from scoring. As the game progressed, both teams fought fiercely for every yard. The Commanders managed to score a few touchdowns, but the Eagles kept pace, with Hurts continuing to lead his team to victory. The game was tied as the clock ticked down to the final minutes. With just seconds on the clock, the Eagles had the ball on the Commanders' 10-yard line. Hurts took the snap and looked for an open receiver. He found one in the corner of the end zone, and he threw the ball with all his might. The stadium fell silent as the ball sailed through the air. It seemed like an eternity before it finally landed in the hands of Eagles wide receiver Devontae Smith. He had caught the game-winning touchdown pass. The Eagles fans erupted in cheers as the players rushed on the field to celebrate. It had been an intense and hard-fought game, but in the end, the Eagles had emerged victorious over the Commanders. Now we're going to turn 13. Let's get the Cowboys out of the jail. Alright, Cowboys, will they roll an even number this time? They will not. They'll have to pay the fee. They're also going to move up 5 spots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which lands on the Monopoly held by the Eagles, which cost them 500. So instead, they're going to be at negative 600. Cowboys are staying alive. They have to win the next challenge if they want to continue. But that means they sell both their properties because it cost them negative 600 in total. So the Commanders roll a 2, and that's just going to put them on their own property. Not going to do much. And the Philadelphia Eagles roll a 1, and that will do the same. So we're going to stay what we have right now. Forgot to add the $500 to the Eagles when the Cowboys land on the Monopoly, so they're up to $1750. Pretty comfortable lead. And now it is our final 2 challenges. Second to last will be the worst record, easy enough. Who gets the worst record in the division? So remember, if the Cowboys do not win this challenge, which is the worst record of the 3 teams left, they will be eliminated. Here we go. It is the Giants who win the division. They are out. Cowboys actually finished second best. They lost. Eagles did not get last. Commanders got last. That's a big challenge for the Commanders at 6-11. So obviously the Cowboys are eliminated. They finished with negative 100. And this is a really close game between the Commanders and Eagles. Commanders will start with, they will roll a 5. Okay, so this is the first time they land on Madden Road, I believe. Let's see if they're going to purchase it. Not really a good purchase at this moment because it's going to spend up some of their money. They don't. That is a huge win. And now for the Eagles, which will roll a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They land on the Commanders' property. Oh, that hurts. The Canton Square would cost them $350, which will put them at $1,300. They're only up $50 in the Commanders. And so our final challenge left is the fastest touchdown drive. It's between the Commanders and Eagles. All right, we're doing 6-minute quarters. We're obviously looking at that clock. Who can score the fastest touchdown? 2nd and 10, here's the first down. It's already been over 40 seconds. They're running the football, which is usually not a good sign, but a good pickup here. We're in Texan territory. Play action pass, up the seam. Got it. This could be a touchdown. Yes, it is. It took a minute and 23 seconds, if I'm not wrong. A.J. Brown has it, and 7-0 to the Eagles. So that means the Commanders got to score a touchdown faster than 4 minutes and 37 seconds in the first quarter. Can and will the Commanders score faster? It's already been 4 seconds. They got to beat a minute and 23. Not a good start. 2nd and 10, play action pass. Jacoby Brissett. Another similar pass to what Jalen Hurts just threw. Look at this by Terry McLaurin. Will he be tackled just short? He's at the 2-yard line, but it's only been 20 seconds. First down and goal. The Commanders can win this challenge here. Little over 40 seconds. Can they punch it in and win the challenge? Easy enough. No one's even on them. The Commanders will kill the Eagles in this challenge and score a touchdown in, 47 seconds? Wow. Now, it is possible the Eagles can still win this game. They're going to need a little bit of luck on their side, though. Starting with the Commanders' roll, this could be big for both sides. They'll get a 5. They land on go space, but they don't pass it, so they don't get the $200. Nothing happens. All right, Eagles, this could be game right here, depending what you guys land on. Eagles will get a 6. And unfortunately, there's really nothing they can do. They can purchase this property or not. We'll just see what it puts them at. And so now they're down to $800, which means official, the game is over and the Commanders have won. So I went back and watched all the recordings to see if I made any mistakes. Sure enough, I did. However, none of the errors I made affected who won the game. The Commanders still had the money lead. I already know for you guys who are fiends to find the mistakes I make in every video, I already type in the comments as I speak right now. But don't worry, I believe those 2 mistakes I made were in turn 9 and turn 14. I forgot to pay the Eagles and Commanders once. So in total, the Commanders ended with $1,900. The Eagles ended with $1,300, which is still enough difference. Even if I didn't do those mistakes, that the Commanders would still win. So that puts it into Monopoly Episode 2, Commanders Pull Through. Thank you guys for watching once again. As always, I got some fun stuff planned for the future, so I will see you guys later.